This one goes. Huzzah, 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 huzzah. I had a dream. I had crossed St. Mary's River, and I was free, living in St. Augustine. And all I had to do was to sing about Jesus. And in my dream, I joined the army of the Spanish Queen. Huzzah, 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 huzzah. So there I was, in my uniform ribbon. No more chains or shackles around me. I stood tall with my family right beside me. So proud and free, just like every man should be. Huzzah, 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 but only just a dream. I know Kentucky is still slaver, but people say that only 5 miles away from here, come the winter snow, we can walk across the
story you're telling in that?
Well, I was always a history buff. I was a big reader, and the Civil War as one of, I always feel like I was reincarnated, either the Revolutionary War or the Civil War, and reading about the slaves and what they had to go to, the insane things. I had read a few books about that subject, and I said there must have been some kind of dream or some kind of hope that they could have had, that, you know, no matter how bad things got, they would say it's like winning the lottery. Or so one day I'll be, somehow my family and I are going to be together, and someday we'll cross the Ohio River to a free state. And in my research, I found out that when the Ohio River froze over in the wintertime, a lot of the slaves would try to make their getaway with their families, but it was very perilous because the ice would break. They'd be being chased at the same time. And the other dream in the first half of the 19th century, in the early 1800s, Spain, the Queen of Spain, Spain still owned had possession of St. Augustine, Florida. And so the Queen made a blanket offer to all the slaves who could escape that if they could come to St. Augustine, Florida, she would accept them as free men. And not only that, give them a commission in her army. And the one contingent was that they had to agree to convert to Catholicism.
It's always a catch.
And some slaves didn't have a fixed religion, or if it was from Africa. So it wasn't like out of the religions. It wasn't like, well, I'm going to choose this religion or that religion. But if they agreed to, basically, it came down to them. When I read things about what they said, is that basically they wanted us to sing songs about Jesus. They liked to sing. And for this, they were able to get their whole family quarters to live in, a beautiful blue uniform. This is a person who's at the low end of life, who has nothing, who has no clothes and chains and is being beaten every day. Now, he gets a beautiful blue military uniform and a commission in the army, and his family is now free, and they're living together. I mean,
and they have food.
And then, yeah, I mean, what a deal. But what happened was, General Andrew Jackson went into Florida and chased the Creek Indians out, and in the interim, this was all part of America's expansion. The Queen of Spain said, under much pressure, they let St. Augustine go to the Americans for some fixed deal. I don't know what the deal was, but now St. Augustine, which had been Spanish, was now American, and so now the slaves could not go there anymore. That happened in the early 1800s.
So let's talk about the song.
So the song, I think one time Rob had a Siam's situation where they wanted songs about bondage and freedom and, the Exodus and those kind of themes and civil rights themes and stuff. And I said, oh, well, I always had this idea in my mind about about the slaves had to go through, and I said, what if I can consolidate all those little stories into one slave who represents all the slaves? And this would be one slave who represents the early 1800s until 1861. And I said, well, I always noticed in the old movies that whenever there was a big parade and people wouldn't say hallelujah, they would say huzzah.
Oh.
And I looked up, I said, I'm a movie guy too, and I said, did I imagine that? Was that on the $1 Million Movie? Did I see them saying huzzah? And so I looked it up, and then it turns out I didn't even know how to spell huzzah. When the first time I wrote the song, it just said H-A-Z-A. And then I said, oh, wait a minute. There's many ways to spell huzzah, and that's not one of them. So now it became our Snugs, my band, our first album, the Snugs, was called Huzzah. That was the title song. And also in all these years now that I'm old, I knew that when you write a song, when you write a song, you should try to have something that the audience could grab onto.
Yeah,
that's
very catchy. Very catchy.
Yeah, so I said, and he's feeling huzzah, he's jubilant in his dream, and then he wakes up to disappointment. He's still in Kentucky, which is still a slave state, and he's still in chains, but in his dream, he's happy, he's singing hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. So I said, the audience, We all want to sing hallelujah, right? So I figured we'd have this. We'll have this, the sing-along chorus would be hallelujah, hallelujah. Sometimes somebody says, oh, this song has a sing-along chorus, and then you say, what is he saying? What? Too many words for a sing-along chorus. You should have one word.
Woodrow.
Yeah.